Hi, Linda. This is Sarah from Flourish. I am so sorry to get this so late to you. Um, Definitely had some organization issues. I got 300 critiques in, and it's just been it's been rough trying to wade through them all. So I am very, very sorry this is late, but I'm really happy to be here and be able to kind of check out all the cool stuff that you have and kind of get a feel for what type of business you have, and maybe give you some tips and tricks and figure out how we can get it to be more productive, um, and see which direction maybe you can go in. So first, when I do the critiques, I really like to start with branding. Really, because branding is so important. And I say this to everyone, of course, in Flourish, but it's so important that most businesses, most regular businesses, most brick and mortar businesses, they understand how important it is. You know, they have to, when they get a storefront, they have to purchase a sign or a banner to go over their door. They have to purchase graphics and vinyl to go on their windows or on their front door. They have to get price tags and signage and name tags and business cards. And so they understand that, hey, they have to have a strong brand. They have to have a business name. They have to have a tagline or a slogan. That's just so important when it comes to business. But I have found with my handmade sellers, they don't think of it that way. They think of themselves as making kind of like having a hobby, right? And so Etsy comes along, and here's this wonderful online venue that you can sell your crafts, in quotes, on. Um, and you just kind of, throw your stuff up there and just wait for it to sell. And, you like creating, you like sewing, you like whatever it is. And if somebody buys it, then that's cool, you know. Um, Unfortunately, that is not the right frame of mind to have. And I'm not saying that you have that frame of mind. That's kind of my long-winded explanation about why branding is so important, because a lot of handmade sellers, they don't think of branding. They don't think, oh, I'm a company and I need to be branded. Well, you do. And it's so important because your branding attracts your target audience, or it might repel them depending on how well your branding is done. So when we talk about brands and we talk about branding, we're not just talking about a logo. I'm talking about the color that you use or the colors that you use. I'm talking about the font choices that you make, the verbiage that you use, your interaction with your customers. All of that is representative of your brand. So are you a hobbyist? Are you a business owner? Are you an artisan? Are you a designer? What are you? Have you determined what you are? That's so important because that's all part of your brand as well. You, because you're a handmade artist or a handmade seller, are very much part of your brand. So these things really should be decided and committed to before you open your Etsy shop or your business anywhere online. However, sometimes it doesn't, and a lot of sellers just throw something up there. They throw up a name, they throw up a little design that they made, and they're done with it. Okay, so that's the first thing I like to look at in a critique. And again, I don't mean to spend the first 5 minutes of your critique talking about how important it is, but it's that important. It really can make or break a business online. And it is my first pillar of e-commerce, and so that's why it's my first. It's so very important. So when I look at your shop, I'm looking at the business name of Stop and Paws, which I absolutely love. What a great name, Stop and Paws. So of course you're doing a play on the paws, P-A-W-S, for dogs, because you have a pet clothing store. But stop and pause is such a positive statement, right? It's such a reminder to people that they need to stop and smell the roses, perhaps, right? So even though you made it a play on words so that it goes with your dog and it's kind of catchy and it's funny, but it's also a very good feel-good word and statement and title. So, kudos to you. That's a fantastic name for a pet business. Stop and Paws. Love it, love it, love it. Now, however, you see your banner here? It is sized for the old Etsy design, the old Etsy shop. Okay, now with the new Etsy design, the banner takes up almost the whole page right here. So what you need to do is you need to get this resized. Now, if you had a designer do this for you, I would contact the designer and ask them to resize it for the new Etsy shop sizing. If you did it yourself, you can simply log on to Canva, canva.com, and they actually have a template. Let me turn off my notifications because it's going to like blow up here, I'm sure. They actually have a template for the Etsy cover banner or cover photo, which is awesome because then you can just kind of upload your design into it and tweak the sizing and then download it. It's free, and then boom, it's in your Etsy shop. Now, one thing I would highly recommend you doing for your banner is putting a tagline in the banner. Now, I know a lot of businesses don't do this, and this is really something that's specific to my coaching. Is I really think that there is a lot of importance in telling someone not only where they are, but why they're there, right? So if I was walking along the street and I was to look up and see a sign that said Stop and Pause and this cute little dog's on the thing, I would know it's some type of pet store, right? But that's probably what I would think. I'd probably think that it was a pet store, that it's a place you could go get puppies, or it's a place that you could go get kitties or something like that, right? So I would not necessarily know that it's a place to get specifically pet clothing. All right, so I think it would be best if you had this big banner, the big Etsy cover banner, and your logo is super cute. This little, I'm assuming it's a cat and a dog. That's what it looks like to me. Great colors. I love the colors. You don't see that too often, that like turquoise and chartreuse. It's a great color combo. The white words with the black outline. It's just perfect. I really love your branding. I really love your shop icon. I think you hit the nail on the head when it comes to who your target audience is and what would attract them. I think you did a fantastic job. The only thing I would add is I would definitely add in your tagline to the banner. So, it might be pet clothing and accessories, or fun pet clothing and accessories, or come up with some kind of really kind of catchy fun, because you have that really cool name, tagline to go underneath of the name. So boom, it's like right in their face. It's big banner, says Stop and Pause, your place for fun pet clothing and accessories, or something like that. Okay. Sorry, my husband is vacuuming, so if you hear that, that's what that is. So that's good. And then here under shop owner, you have your picture, which is fantastic. Beautiful smile. That's wonderful. I'm so glad you're doing that. A lot of people, a lot of members in Flourish, when I do their critiques, they don't have that. They don't have a picture of themselves. They have like the name of their business or a logo or something. It's very important, because remember when I talked about branding, how I said that you are very much a part of your branding, right? So you want people to know you. It's like if you had a brick and mortar, you would want people to come in and know you by name, like, hi, Linda. You want to develop a rapport. You want people to know how passionate you are about pets. You want to know people to know how passionate you are about having a good quality item on your pets. You want people to know you by name. So you're doing great. This is wonderful here. All right, it shows here you've been on Etsy for a very long time. I joined Etsy myself in 2008, so I was back on Etsy back then too, and boy, is it different now. It shows you've had 113 sales, which since 2009, that's not very good. But that doesn't really tell me the whole story. I don't know if perhaps you joined Etsy as a seller in 2009, but maybe didn't put anything in your shop until last year, or maybe you sold something else and you've rebranded and now you do something totally different. I'm not real sure. That doesn't tell me the whole story. But either way, I'm assuming the reason why you wanted this critique, and I'm assuming the reason why you're in Flourish, is because you want to increase your sales and you want to grow your business. So that's what I'm here to help you with. I love that in this space you have put strong keywords. So that's so important, because a lot of sellers, when they're creating their shops on Etsy, Etsy kind of gives you this line and says it's for your tagline. They don't tell you that that's actually a very important space, that the Google algorithm looks at that line specifically to determine what type of shop you have, and that's how they rank you in Google. That's one of the ways that they rank you in Google. So if that's the case, you need to have strong keywords in this space, which you do. You have pet clothing, harnesses, bandanas, and accessories. Love it. The only thing I would probably get a little bit more specific with is, I think I would say maybe pet clothing, dog harnesses, and then, you know, pet bandanas or pet and other pet accessories or something like that, because you want to have the pet. You know, when you think of, if you Google harnesses, you know, who knows what you're gonna come up with. So you want to get real specific in that line, right? So I would definitely add in dog harnesses there. All right, we're gonna scroll down a little bit. Okay, let's talk about this section here, because we were just talking about Google. For an Etsy shop, this is another area that's important to Google. They look at the names of your categories. So make sure you're real specific and real targeted with your keywords, which it looks like you are. Dog coats, pet bandanas, harnesses. I would again put dog or pet or animal, and pet raincoats. Fantastic. Now, I'm a little concerned about the number that you have. You have 13. You need to get that way up, because no matter the SEO or the copy or any of the other 5 pillars that we talk about, if you only have a few items in your shop, Etsy's not going to give you much attention. It's just one of those things. You know, they want bona fide businesses. They want businesses that show that they can create many different things, and that isn't an issue. Now, is there a magic number? No, I don't think so. I've never gotten any kind of confirmation on that from Etsy or otherwise. I personally, as a coach, recommend my clients to have 48 plus. You know, I like them to actually get over 50, but 48 items seems to be a nice, robust shop. I know I say that word a lot, but you want to be respected as an actual business owner, not somebody who's doing crafts in their garage on the weekends, right? You want to actually be looked at as an authority in your genre, right? So in order to do that, you want to showcase that you can make a variety of things within your target audience, within your target market, that you have the capability to do so, and that you have options. You know, unfortunately, in today's times, it's all about variations and options and people wanting to get, you know, something specific to them. So I definitely would tell you that I wouldn't expect success from your shop until you can at least triple that number, okay? Also, it doesn't make a big difference because you don't have very many items. You only have 4 categories in your shop. But do you see how this is kind of choppy here? Do you see that? Again, it doesn't make a huge difference in your shop because you only have 4. But, you know, you can have up to 15 categories. And if you had this going on with 9, 10, 11, 12, you know, categories, it looks real choppy. And what it does is it breaks up the page. So something I talk about a lot in my critiques is page flow, and that is basically how easy is it to shop from your page? How easy on the eyes is it for me to look over everything that you have to offer? And do I want to continue to poke around your website? So you want people to stay on your site for as long as possible. You really do. When it comes to online shopping, people can bounce off of your page in a second, in a half a second. If they're not comfortable for whatever reason, they may not even know what makes them not comfortable. They just, they're on your site and they're like, they click out. So you want to reduce, if not eliminate, that feeling, okay? You want them to like, oh, this is such a cool shop, and look at what she makes, and oh, I wonder what these are, and oh, I want to read about this, and who is this person? I'm going to get to know her more, and I'm going to go to her about page. Now, you might say that's silly, and people don't do that, but yes, that's the goal. That is the goal. And the sellers that you see that are crazy, crazy busy, that have order after order after order after order, they're people that have cultivated that. For whatever reason, they've cultivated that, whether they did it intentionally or unintentionally. And that is what creates I can't even speak today, successful shop. Holy cow. So just think about that. Have that in the back of your mind. I'm creating my shop to be the most enjoyable place for my target audience. All right. Now I'm going to go ahead and skip over the main part of your shop for a second. I'm going to go down to your about page, but right here I just wanted to quick mention this announcement. Now that the page design is new, the old page design, the announcement kind of was, people didn't really look at it very much. But this is kind of in a more, in their view, right? It's center stage. So during the holidays, and the holidays are coming up, during the holidays, if you decide to have any kind of promotions or free shipping or coupon codes, or if you want people to sign up for your newsletter or whatever it is, you can use this space, about the first 2 sentences, to really draw their attention to that. Okay, so just keep in mind, I know that this is kind of ignored a lot, but it's very helpful during the holidays or anytime you're having a big sale or promotion to really try to draw in the shoppers to what deals you have going on. Okay, look at that face. Oh my God, so cute. All right, let's go to your about section. Woohoo! Okay, what I love already is that one, you have photos. And the photos are of you, I'm assuming that's you, sewing your items. So do you know how fantastic that is? This is such an important space in your shop. This is where you add value to what you do. Now, can I go get dog bandanas anywhere? Yes, I can. I can go to Target even now and get a dog bandana or a dog harness. Why do I want to pay whatever it is that you're charging for a dog harness I can get at Walmart for $7, right? Think about that. Why is somebody shopping on Etsy instead of Target or Walmart or eBay? Why are they deciding to visit your shop instead of going to PetSmart? I mean, think about that seriously. Somebody had to literally log onto their computer, go to the Etsy website, and type in the search bar dog harness or browse through pets. Why? Because they want something different. They want something of quality. They want something handmade. Perhaps they're wanting to support small businesses. They don't just go there because they need a harness and they want to grab one real quick. If they did that, they wouldn't shop on Etsy. They'd be shopping on Target or Walmart or wherever else it is. So your job is to add value to your products, to show them, hey, you're not going to find a $7 harness here, but this is why you're not. And they want to be shown that. They want to, when they get your harness or whatever it is in the mail, they want to feel good opening the box. They want to feel good seeing the item wrapped in tissue paper or however you'd like to package it. They want to feel pride when they put it on their animal. Hey, Buster, I'm not getting you some cheap made in China, stuff from PetSmart. No, I bought this from Linda, who loves animals and has been sewing since she was a little girl, and she made this for you. I know that sounds silly, but I know, believe me, I have 3 dogs. I come from a big family we're all dog lovers, and you know how we treat our pets. So that's your target market. You want to sell the story. And here in your About page is a great place to do that. So I love that you have pictures. Now I'm only seeing 2, and the lighting isn't so great. But you got to work with what you got. I understand that. I would recommend taking these pictures during the day and having every window open in your home to get some natural light in there. You want to show these pics of you actually making your product, pictures of your workspace, pictures of the materials that you use, pictures of the tools that you use. You also want to show perhaps your family. I noticed you said your mother, I think, down here somewhere. Show a picture of you and your mom, or of you and your partner, of you and your pets. Really use this section to the best of your ability. Also, Etsy now allows you to have a video in there. And, I know you may not be up into making a video, and you don't have to, but anytime Etsy gives you an option to do something, I highly recommend you take it. Because in my opinion, I think they kind of favor shops that utilize every tool that they give you. All right, moving on. I love the amount of paragraphs you have here, pretty much 2 paragraphs broken up. It's very nice, very nice. I like here that you have all your social media sites. That's fantastic. I won't really go into policies too much because they're different for every person. All right, so let's go. We're going to get up to the main part of your shop. Now we're going to talk about pricing. We're going to talk about photos. We'll talk about SEO and copy. We're at about 22 minutes. I'm already over, but I really think it's important to go over all this stuff with you. Now, first and foremost, I have to say, and I'm sure you already expect it, you cannot make items with licensed fabric. You can, obviously you did, but you are putting your shop at risk to be filed for trademark or copyright infringement. All right. So, in the way that works, and I am not. Please understand, I am not coming down on you. As a coach, it's my responsibility to tell you these things. As a person to person, I don't necessarily agree with all of that. I think there's a lot of gray area, and I think that if the licensed person sells the bolts or whatever of fabric to Joann's or wherever the fabric people are, and then somebody buy the fabric, I think at that point they should be able to make whatever they want to make and sell whatever they want to sell. That the licensee has already sold that. Has already given up rights to that when they sold the fabric. Now, they know people are going to make stuff. That's the whole point of fabric. But making it for sale, making it for profit, that's where, most of the lines are drawn. And if you look at your fabric, usually it'll say not for commercial use. Now, could you fight that in court? Probably. And would you win? I don't know. It's probably a 50-50 thing. And would these people come after you? I don't know either. But what I can tell you, as somebody who is in your target market, I am not a huge sports fan. I like, of course, my Atlanta Falcons, and I, of course, root for the Atlanta Braves. My husband is from St. Louis, and he is a huge Cardinals fan. But I have to tell you that on my animals, and I have 3, my son has another one, so that's really 4 in my household, I would love these cute harnesses for my animals. I wouldn't want a specific team, I don't think. I would much rather see a cute plaid, especially for the holidays when it's getting cold, a cute plaid, maybe chevron stripes, maybe some mandalas or something cutesy, of course, for the girl dogs. I think that, and it's not like you're getting a ton of sales from having this fabric. So my recommendation to you would be to delete all of your licensed fabric sports stuff and come up with a new product line. I mean, you have this wonderful talent. You don't need to use the San Francisco 49ers or the Oakland A's. You don't have to use their branding to be successful. You're talented at, on your own. So just coming out with some really cute fabrics that would look great on dogs. I think that, and you need to get a lot more items in your shop anyway. I think you should come out with a 10 or 12 maybe different product line of different fabrics. Maybe have boy, and then add into your categories male dog coats and female dog coats, and really have fun with it. Maybe put some humor into it. That always sells well too, especially with pets. So just right off the bat, I had to tell you that, okay? I'm not smacking your hand or anything like that. This happens, and there's so many gray areas, and a lot of people aren't really sure what's okay and what's not okay. So please don't feel like I'm in any way coming down on you. I'm just letting you know that you need to believe in yourself and your talents enough to know that you can come out with your own designs and they can be widely popular. You don't need to have to ride on the coattails of any of these sports leagues. Okay, so let's talk about pricing. You are pricing in whole pricing. Do not price in whole pricing. I know that this has become, it's an ongoing argument, and I don't really want to argue about it. I just can tell you that I have been in sales my entire life. I mean, even when I was a kid, I was going door to door. I mean, I just can't tell you how much I've learned as far as how to be successful in sales. I understand the whole 99-cent price point, 95-cent price point's annoying. I understand that we look at it and we're like, really? Like, what does a penny difference mean? That, that I'm not going to assume that my guests, that my customers are stupid. Like, they know. Why have it at $14.99 when they know it's just $15? And I hate it myself when I see that. Believe me, I get it. I know. It's frustrating. However, it is what it is. When people shop, and there has been hundreds of studies, which I'm going to have to get a whole list together because it would be nice to have just when people question this in the groups, just to be able to paste some links. It's kind of just the way that we were brought up, the way that we were raised. We've kind of grown up with 89 cents for gas or 99 cents for gas, or, well, the younger people won't remember that, but believe it or not, the gas was like 69 cents a gallon at one point. We grew up with stuff like that. We grew up with $1.99 bread. I mean, we didn't grow up with whole prices, first of all. So it's very common and normal to have prices that end with cents. Now, on top of that, we were also taught that we had to round. We had to round up or we had to round down. So, if we see something at $22 in our head, even if it's in the back, if it's in the subconscious, we're thinking it's under $25. So the fact that you have it at $22 versus $24, either way, it's under $25, right? So you're leaving money on the table. So let's take a look at your pictures, or your prices. $6. If someone's going to pay $6, they'll pay $6.99. So you need to mark that up to $6.99. This one, $18. If somebody is going to pay $18, they will pay $19.99. Either way, to them, it is under $20. Mark it up, $19.99. This $6.99, $19.99. Now, if you feel that, you're the business owner and you have your scope across the market. You know more than I do about pet clothing. So if you know that $19.99 is just too much, then you might have to drop it down. This is the way that the price increments go. $9.99 to $0 can go in dollar increments. $9.99, $8.99, $7.99, $6.99. If you don't like 99 cents, you can use 95. They both pretty much came out equally in studies, okay? From $9.99 to $19.99, you want to go in $2 increments except at the end. So it's $9.99, $12.99, $14.99, $16.99, and then it jumps to $19.99. Now these are just the price studies that they've done. What prices do people click on more? Do e-commerce buyers click on more? Okay. After $19.99, it's really best to go in $5 increments. So you have $19.99, then $24.99, $29.99, $34.99, $39.99, so on and so forth. Okay, it changes when you get up to the hundreds, but for right now, for your purposes, this should be $9.99. This should be $24.99 or $24.95. This needs to be $19.95 or bump it up to $24.95. Some of them you're going to have to go down on. Some of them you'll go up on. It'll all come out in the wash. All right, they're just weird prices to see that, you know, it's just, and again, this is a subconscious thing. It makes people uncomfortable for whatever reason it is, and that gives them a reason to look at someone else's shop. All right, and someone else's shop, they have the 99 or 95 cent price point. If their pictures are good, everything else is on point, makes them feel good, they'll buy it from that shop. All right, let's talk about your pictures. All right, this is an amazing picture right here. I don't know if it is something that a customer sent to you. It's a fantastic picture. The background is blurred out. It shows the dog in motion with the cute little harness on or bandana on. Great picture. I don't think that you want to use stuffed animals as your models. I don't know how real dog owners would feel about that. For me, of course, I have larger dogs, but for me, I would really debate sizing. And I would say, well, if it could fit on a stuffed animal, even if I had a little dog, a little dog, I still would question that. So, you know, that's up to you, and then that might be normal. I have never seen that before, and there may be other sellers that's what they use, and that's the thing, and it's fine. In my experience, I think you're always best to use a live model or a flat lay. If you have a certain fabric or pattern that you can repeat over and over and over and over again, I recommend trading with photographers. Check out Little Diamond Models. The owner is in Flourish, Carrie Lynn English. It's a Facebook group, and there's a website. It's called Little Diamond Models, and it's mainly for kids and babies, but the photographers there, they have pets, and they have older kids, and they have sisters and moms, and so they actually take on a lot of bids, even if they're not for children, because they still have these things in their house. And how that works is you send them the bandana or the harness for free, and they send you the pictures, professional pictures back for free. That alone will double or triple your business. If you can get professional photos in on these slots, that will double or triple or quadruple your business. It is serious. It's not just something that you maybe should have. It is what will set you apart from other Etsy sellers. And this is what we teach in Flourish. Product photography is the second pillar. It's serious stuff. Now we've learned that Etsy's partnering with another company to update their algorithms. And a big part of it is imagery. I really feel if you can get better pictures, you're going to do a lot better in your sales and views. All right, let's look at your SEO real quick. Okay, you got a real problem here as well. So when we talk about SEO, which is search engine optimization, we're talking about how to optimize your listings to be found in search. That's how you're going to make business, right? I mean, think about that. People aren't just going to know what your shop name is. They are going to Etsy and they are searching for a pet clothing or dog harness or whatever it is, and 100,000 results might come up. They're not going to look through, hundreds and hundreds of pages. You want to be on the first couple pages because people get bored looking after that. So how do you get on the first couple pages? Well, you have to optimize your listings. And Etsy has told us clearly that there are two main areas that they pay attention to when they are deciding how to rank a seller's listing. Now, of course, they don't do it in person. It's not actual people. It's an algorithm. It's a computer. But what they do what the computer does is it looks at this section right here to determine what it is you have and where they should rank you. Now they give you 144 characters to fill out this section. You just simply have a San Francisco Giants dog harness, okay? You want to not only describe the item in as many ways as you can, but you also want to describe who's buying it and why. Okay, so this could be a pet gift for Christmas. It could be a pet stocking stuffer. It could be a gift for pet lovers. It could be, rescue whatever animals gifts. You want to use, not just tell what it is. Now let's look up here at the Etsy search bar. Let's see. I'm not going to put San Francisco Giants in because that's a trademark name, and you shouldn't be using it. So let's just do dog. Okay, dog harness, dog Halloween costume. Dog harness vest. So those are all, if you see the blue terms here, these are all the most popular and the most recent search terms that buyers are putting into the search bar to look for items. So you want to do your keyword research. You want to know, hey, what is my target audience using to find my product? How are they searching for it? And when I find out how they're searching for it, I'm going to take these keywords or keyword phrases and I'm going to put them into my listing. So dog clothing, pet harness vest, dog harness. You got dog clothing, small. Let's see if we can do small dog. Small dog harness. Boom, right there. Small dog harness. That's probably what I would have first. Small dog harness. Space dash space. You want to use a space, a dash, and a space in between your keywords or your keyword phrases. There's no really specific reason for that other than it looks aesthetically pleasing. When you use commas, it looks like run-on sentences. When you use those bars, it's confusing. If you use dashes, it's smooth on the eyes and it's understandable that you're just simply breaking up words. Small dog costume, small dog bandana. These are all wonderful words that you can use, keywords and keyword phrases that you can use in your listing title. Gifts for dog lovers, right there, that's another one. Gifts for pet lovers. All that should be in your title. Then when you got your title full of keywords, you take those same keywords and you put them into your tags down here. Exactly the same as you have them up here. You'll still have some tags left, but definitely repeat that, all right? That's gonna help so much. I'm assuming right now you probably get 0 views or very, very little. This is why. All right, for your copy, let's talk about that. You want to have this is what I like to recommend. 3 paragraphs. The first paragraph is your digital salesperson. It's the one that sounds good. It's the yummy copy. It's the words that sell, right? It's the ones that make the buyer imagine their dog wearing this cute little harness, walking in the park. That's what you want to create with your first paragraph. Your second paragraph should be your specs. What is the material it's made out of? What size is it? Does it have any hardware included? You know, things like that. The third paragraph really needs to be one of gratitude. I'm big. I mean, I'm a joyful entrepreneur. I'm big on gratitude. Be grateful. Thank you. Thank you so much for stopping by my shop. I really appreciate it. If you loved looking at this dog harness, why don't you check out our other dog harnesses, or why don't you check out our matching bandanas? Whatever it is, and then interlink your link to that section of your shop in your copy. Okay, that's going to create interlinking, which will also strengthen your SEO. All right, Linda, we are at 40 minutes. I went way over. I really hope that helped. I think you have a great business concept. I think your branding is super adorable. And I think there's a large target audience out there, especially that shop on Etsy. You just need to package your shop together so it looks really good, so that it looks professional, it looks pretty, your pricing makes sense, you have great models, and you will be very successful. You have to put in the work. So, go through the 5 pillars. It's in the Flourish files. Again, it's the branding is number 1, product photography number 2, SEO number 3, pricing number 4, and then copy number 5. So definitely go through that. If you need any help, there's the events in Flourish. Of course, you can ask the experts in each of those areas to help you. It's something that might take you, a few months to really get everything into place, but next year you could be definitely starting the year out with a bang, if you work on it right away. For the holidays, I highly, 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 highly recommend, and you're already late, and adding in a holiday category and creating a harness or a bandana or whatever with Christmas colors, perhaps red and green plaid, polka dots, maybe Christmas trees on it, snowballs, whatever it is. I think that you could be definitely capturing a lot of holiday sales by now already, if you already had it listed and keyworded. So make sure you add that in. If you need me for anything, please, please, please contact me on Facebook. You can send me a direct message, or of course you can tag me on the wall in Flourish. Again, I am very sorry this was late. I got way behind in my critiques. I'm finally caught up, thank God. So please accept my apologies for the delay, but I do hope this helped. So thanks so much. Have a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you in the group. Bye.